I'm afraid that is not a possibility, Inquisitor Batman. What did you say? Did you say Batman? What? That's just weird. If you recall, it had been raining quite heavily at this crime scene beforehand. Had she stated that she dropped her glasses before the crime, then naturally, one would expect the glasses to be soaked in water and covered in mud. However, the rain had already stopped at the time the crime itself was committed. In other words, one look at the pair of clean, dry glasses would reveal that she dropped them later, thus implicating her as the witch. Now, I'll admit that I'm not exactly a criminal mastermind, but I sure as hell wouldn't have thought of that. If I dropped my glasses at the scene of a crime after it rained, I'd just be like, dropped them weeks ago, and like, I would not even consider the fact that they should be muddy. I'd just be like, no, they got that like that mud screen protection you can get on glasses now, where they don't get muddy. Yeah, it's one of those new things. No one will be able to prove me otherwise. No! I should have known. I was perfecting my rainfall rending technique in the forest. And not once during the rainfall did I see that flower maiden travelling along the nearby path. That's not all. That's not all, folks. In order to frame Miss Campbell as the witch, you needed to leave this witch's scepter behind at the scene of the crime. I see! That would be the most definitive evidence that she is the witch. The objective here was to have somebody else discover the staff at the scene. Alas, that person was I. However, no doubt you came to realise that one could deduce which spells were used simply by examining the magic gems on the scepter. In this case, one can see that the witch must have used Demir to vanish from the site and make her escape. Ellipses. That's why, Miss Kira, you were left with no option but to reappear at the crime scene. That was the only way for you to avoid suspicion if someone were to discover your glasses at the crime scene. Crime scene, crime scene, crime scene, crime scene. They've said like crime scene every sentence for the last like 3 sentences. It's starting to lose its meaning. By reappearing, you'll be able to explain that you simply dropped your glasses when you rushed to see what had happened. Double point! From a different angle this time. What do you have to say to that, Miss Kira?
You know, I've let you both ramble on and on, but playtime is over.
She thinks voice acting.
So that's it, then? I'm a witch because I dropped my glasses? I must have said it how many times now? I lost my glasses days ago. Were you even listening? I'll say it again. Over 1,000,000 times! I lost my glasses, I lost my glasses! Do you like evidence, Sir Defender? Do you love proof, Sir Top Hat? Then prove I dropped my glasses at the crime scene. Ha! You can't prove it! In other words, you lose.
If only we could find the glasses, then everything would be sorted. Everyone's like, seriously? Seriously? No one's going to comment on that? That is correct! Proving such a thing would indeed be impossible. I'm pretty sure in a society like this, just the suspicion that someone is a witch is enough to get them burned alive. I'm pretty sure she would not be safe in this society. She'd just be... she'd just be like hauled off and then taken to the chamber of fire. To prove that the witness drops her glass at the crime scene. What say you, Inquisitor Barnum? 'Tis indeed a question of proof, my lord. These glasses have been missing from the very beginning. The Knights of the Inquisition found no trace of these glasses anywhere near the crime scene. Therefore, this witness cannot in any way be accused of being a witch. Oh no! But we were so close. That girl's a witch! She's a witch! She's a witch, Professor! Can't anyone see that? She's a witch! What's she do, Professor? Ah! Layton's happy. Layton's happy. Layton knows where the glasses are. If it seemed the young lady has finished what he had to say, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright? Wright also knows where the glasses are. Which is pretty amazing, considering it's a huge, huge coincidence where they actually are. So it looks that way, Mr. Layton. What the? What's with that face? Do you find anything funny here? It's as you said, Inquisitor Batman. Explain. The defense raises just one further question. Why were you unable to find those glasses? What do you mean? You must have searched the area quite thoroughly looking for them. And yet, even now, the Lions have been unable to locate those glasses. Did you ever wonder why? Yes, that has become quite the mystery. Surely there must be around here somewhere. The glasses were lost to the wolves, that is the only explanation. There is still one remaining place you have not searched tonight. Huh? What did you say? The glasses were supposedly not found at the crime scene, leaving only one other possible place. Where could that have been? What is this, you two? Have at you, Sir Blue Knight. Draw your blade and reveal to the court where the glasses are hiding. Here. Found them. Does anyone want them? I'm pretty sure these are hers. Yeah, they look like hers. It looks like I managed to speak it through my first witch trial. It all comes down to this final piece of evidence. See? The last time it was just like, oh, this one more piece of evidence will unravel everything. And it's like, okay, one more final piece of evidence. Time to clear the... And before that it was like, oh, one more final piece of evidence will be the key to this... Whatever. We got happy music in the background, so I can forgive it. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. The piece of evidence points to the one place not searched tonight is... the milk bucket! Tonight. There was one thing that was carried away from the crime scene, right under everyone's noses. Carried away? I am speaking, of course, about this. Ah! That's the milk bucket that disappeared from the crime scene. Thus far, the defense has claimed that the glasses were dropped to the crime scene has been regarded as mere speculation. However, slam! If, Miss Kira, we find your glasses within the contents of the milk bucket, then our mere speculation will suddenly become fact. In red text. Bright red text. What manner of witchery? What are you talking about? You're crazy, just crazy! No way can my glasses be inside that milk bucket. That's just impossible! Well, when you've eliminated the possible, whatever remains, however unlikely, must be something that you've thought of, and the truth must actually be something you've not thought of yet. That's how the saying should go. How about we quit with speculation and actually find out? What do you say, Inquisitor Barnum? That is waiting the cold time. Don't listen to them. Don't. 'Tis mandated that the Knights of the Inquisition investigate any and all possibilities during the course of a trial. Boom! My lord, the Inquisition requests that this mobile be searched immediately. Very well! Searching, searching, searching. Searching, searching. 84% complete. 90% complete. 95% complete. Search complete. Oh. What? What? Amazing. Miss Kira, as you can see, your glasses have been found inside the milk bucket. The truth is out. Nothing you can say can change that now. Which leads us to the next question. Specifically, a question of when. When did you drop your glasses into the milk bucket? Why is this happening? The whole thing is ridiculous. The answer is obvious, isn't it? I dropped them afterwards, after I ran over to see the fire. I took a tiny peek inside that milk bucket. That's why they fell in.
Objection!
Mary's like, no, no, bitch, no, You don't say that. You don't say nothing about no milk. Don't be stupid, child. Snowy and I were at the scene first. We made sure to take that milk bucket before anyone else get their grubby little hands on it. We weren't gonna let a single soul get anywhere near that sweet green bucket of deliciousness. You better go with that! You can bet the fact that I'm strangling Snowy on that. Each of these four witnesses have stated they heard the spelling names being cast at the time of the incident. According to the Grand Grimoire, Ignite summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. In other words, the real witch must have been Miss Cantabella signed at the time of the incident. Indeed. That is when the glasses fell into the milk bucket. Therefore, there is only one logical conclusion. Only one person who could be the true witch. Are you okay there? You sound a bit constipated. Double point!
Miss Kira, you are the real witch.
No, you said it the wrong way around. It's the real witch. Is you! There we go. All is well with the world. And now she can be burned alive! No, wait, seriously. We've just done this trial, and now we're going to burn her alive. Like, the ethical questions raised by this game. What a very strange trial this has been. From the very beginning, we have all paid witness to a very unusual set of circumstances. A baker turned defender, a surprise extra witness, and now a not guilty verdict for the accused. Never have I seen such a spectacle. Indeed. Is this real life? The girl inside the cage, you mean she's the real witch? But what about Espella Cantabella? See, Sam. Oh. Fine, don't chant Barnum's name, whatever. I don't care. She don't care.
Tell us why.
Why?
Why were you trying to frame Miss Cantabella?
No reason.
You could easily have escaped the crime scene without a trace. There was no reason to frame anyone. This crime was a result of nothing but your overwhelming ill intent.
Well, obviously she just did it for the lulz. That's a good enough reason to do anything, surely.
To frame a person as a witch is to condemn that person to death by fire.
Just like we've done with Kira.
Surely you must know this. So why Espella Cantabella?
For the lulz. She's like, lol.
Do you have any idea what it feels like to be a witch?
What it feels like?
I didn't ask for this. I didn't
ask for this.
Powers, but I have them. And now here I am, begging for my life.
She didn't ask for this.
I was living such a peaceful life until now. Selling flowers, getting scolded by my boss for not selling enough of them. That's why I was trying to put an end to these trials once and for all.
Put an end to the trials.
You all know what I mean?
I don't.
The one condition written in the story that will end these witch trials.
I really should read this story so far.
When the great witch Bezella has been put to the flames and vanquished from this world, these trials will come to an end.
You know what? I'm kind of on her side here. I'm kind of still on the side that Espella is probably Bazinga.
This was my chance to finally end all this. At least that's what I thought. The sun had begun to set on that lonely forest path, and there wasn't a soul in sight.
Very poetic imagery.
I always carried my hidden Telea Magica with me in case of a moment like this. I used my magic to expose that girl for what she really is. If I had been successful, then all these trials would finally end, and I could go on living my peaceful life.
What? What are you saying? Am I hearing this correctly?
What?
Are you actually accusing Espella Cantabella?
Why do you think no one has ever seen the legendary Great Witch? It's because she's been hidden in our midst the entire time. She's protected. She's hidden from us. It's all part of the story.
Part of the story?
Objection!
The judge is like, I don't know what's going on.
That's enough! Speak no more. A witch's existence cannot be justified.
No, please. I know you've all noticed it too. You could end this. All of this. That girl. It's all because of that girl.
This storyline's getting really dark.
I beg you. Please. Knights of the Court! Isn't it your duty to protect the people of this town? Give me another chance!
That is where you're wrong.
No, it's our duty to be dicks.
'Tis indeed a knight's duty to protect. We are impelled to protect the citizens of Labyrinthia.
It's written in the Knight's Code.
And your ilk.
It's written in the Knight's Code that we are to be dicks at every opportunity.
The reason you were offered my protection until now was because your guilt was uncertain. There was the possibility that you were not a witch. The circumstances were such that it seemed another was guilty. That possibility has since disappeared, and your innocence along with it. You now find yourself at the other end of my sword.
No!
Vile witch, enemy of Labyrinthia, may the fires purge you from this land.
Hold it! Please, wait! Stop! Please, just stop this!
Oh yeah, you still exist.
Spella!
If it means putting an end to these horrible trials... Let me take her place. Let me be Bezella. Send me to the flames. But please, if it would save her life...
This trial has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this flower seller, Kira, is a witch.
Did he say proven? I'm sure he said proven. This trial has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Proven? What? No, sorry, carry on, sorry.
And according to the law, all those found to be witches will be executed.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt the barbecue.
Executed? He can't mean...
Really, Phoenix? You're only just realising that witches are killed. Really? When you walked into this room, you saw someone being burned alive.
This is most unsettling.
You can't claim that you did not know what was going to happen.
Bailiff, ready the fire.
No!
No! Don't do this!
Huh? Listen to me! Don't let her fool you! Isabella is the Great Witch! Hear me! There's no time to waste! She's Bezella! Take her! And then these witch trials will be no more! The witch trials will end!
And so we've just directly killed a person. Go us! So far, we've always managed to pull off a win to get a not for guilty verdict, but winning has never felt this depressing. Oh, Speller, are you alright? Yes, I just want to thank all of you. You came to rescue yet again. Well, yeah, of course we did. Hold on a second, Speller. What did you say just now? You all get to rescue yet again? You don't mean... Yes, I remember everything. Hooray! I suppose that makes this the second time we met, and the second time all of you have helped me. Ellipses. Mr. Wright, am I to infer that you and Speller have met before? Ah, yeah, it seems that way. You too, Mr. Layton? Perhaps it would be best if we briefed each other on what has transpired. Okay, what should we discuss? Right, we got a little bit of conversation to do, but that basically is the end of this particular trial. Speller paid us a visit in London. She had in possession a list from an old acquaintance of mine. Is that right? Mr. Accidenti helped drive Speller straight out of Labyrinthia! Yeah! Whatever, Luke. You both kept me safe from the witches that were chasing me. Wait, did you say witches? So they appeared in London too? Regrettably, I'm unable to say that our protection was absolute. When we saw you last, it seemed you'd managed to escape courtesy of that passing freighter. Oh yeah, that's right! What happened to you after that, Speller? I rode the ship along the river for a while before arriving at a nearby port. And then a whole bunch of stuff happened. We're basically going to get a little bit of a recap. That's what I missed Mr. Wright and Maya. Okay, what should we just... Okay, sorry. Gotta move on to the next thingy. We can't just have this being an automated conversation, even though we've got to go through everything anyway. I guess that would just get boring if there was no menu every now and then. I didn't know where the ship would end up. I felt very lonely out there. Please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm afraid there was nothing else I could do to prevent it. No, please don't blame yourself, Mr. Layton. I just didn't know what to do, so I tried to look for something, anything on the ship that might help me. Boy, you sure found something, alright. Or rather, someone. You ran into a master thief who was part of the ship's crew. Yes, that's right. And now we're going to get the entire story all over again. Did you say master thief? Crikey, that's amazing! Oh, he sure is a master thief! No, Luke, no you don't. Luke, just go away. I would not say it was amazing. After that I was taken to court, and that's when Mr. Wright helped me. I see. Then perhaps... somewhere deep within your mind must have existed a memory of that previous trial, and of Mr. Wright. Hence why you thought to seek out his help when you found yourself in such an unfortunate situation this evening. That makes sense. After all, Nick did make legal history that day in jolly old England. I did? I don't remember what I did to make history, but I'm sure it was something, you know. I just kind of, you know, wander through life and stuff happens. Did you say I made history? Wow, that's incredible, right, Professor? History's my favourite subject! Yay! I wonder if I said I made history. But then, after that, I was never able to find my way back to the Professor. Even after I went through the pains of finding that clue, it ended up being taken away from me. A clue, you say? Yes, the tag that was hanging around the neck of that sweet little stuffed toy. That tag was a clue for what? And we shall discuss the last area of the thing. There's no reason that should have had a menu. That should have just been a conversation. Really now. I had a lot of time to think while I was on the ship. I thought about a lot of things. Like how to try and find a way back once the ship arrived at its destination. Things like that. Find a way back? A way back to Mr. Layton and Luke. They're the only ones I knew I could depend on to help me. The pleasure was ours, Espella. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember the name of the town where they lived. Oh, you mean London, Espella? London. Oh, that's it, London. That's what was written in Carmine's letter to Mr. Layton. The blue teddy bear I found in that room was wearing a tag around his neck. Sorry, Espella, PC Badger's nothing like a teddy bear. You know, it's just a generic term for a stuffed toy. You know... I can forgive her, because she's from Labyrinthia and is very confused. On the tag in very small letters was written London. I recognised the name of the town. I thought it might be an address. That's because that stuffed toy was used in a special promotion run by the London Metropolitan Police. Oh, that's right! Espella, you must have known the address. It was super important, so that's why you kept the tag, right? That way you could meet up with Mr. Layton and Luke again. I just felt so lonely and helpless. Ellipses! I wonder though, who do you think really did it? Hit Olivia over the head with a pipe, I mean. Oh yeah, we never did actually figure that out, did we? We never finished that court trial. Oh yeah. I guess we never did find out who the real culprit was. Ellipses! I do believe that may have some connection to the group of witches. What? You mean the witches that were chasing us through London? Indeed, it could be that they noticed your escape onto that ship and managed to infiltrate their own way aboard? Abroad? Same thing. I guess the ship could have been going abroad. Who knows? Could it be? So, you're saying there was some big scary witch lurking around the inside of that cargo hold? I'm afraid there is a rather high possibility that was the case. He's not capable of just saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those witches were intent on seeing you brought back to Labyrinthia no matter what. However, in order to do so, they had to make certain you did not become entangled in any situation that may stall your capture. In other words, the situation misidentity, you mean? Precisely. They must have knocked that crew member unconscious and attempted to recapture Espella before the police could arrive. However, their plan was clearly foiled, given that you ended up in court regardless. Ellipses. And that's when she became my client, and that's the whole story. I just can't clearly remember anything that happened back then. Do you think there's a possibility that someone was pulling a spell strings through the entire trial? Hey, maybe you're right. There's something a little strange about this fellow at the time. Mr. Wright, the speller was introduced to you at the time as a schoolgirl, is that correct? Yes, it was. So you would have no knowledge of the world outside of Labyrinthia. That being the case, having her stand in an English courtroom as she was would pose a serious problem. Meaning that someone must have been attempting to cover up a speller's identity. Well, but Professor, could someone really do that? That they could indeed, Luke, and if it is as I suspect, I believe our adversaries may be far more powerful than we originally thought. They have the ability to create fake IDs. Oh my god! The shock! The horror! Exactly who or what are we dealing with here? I'm sure there's a spell in the Grand Grimoire for making a fake ID. Probably like psychic paper type thing or something. And there we go. Hey guys, let's head back to the bakery for now. I bet the boss is waiting for us with one heck of a pastry feast. Oh, actually I can't go home just yet. Oh, you can't? Ah, Luke is genuinely depressed about that. There's still a couple of legal procedures to be taken care of before I can go home. Please, you'll go on ahead without me. Is that so? Very well. I really must thank you all. Thank you so much for everything. Alright then, Isabella. We'll catch you later. Yes. Farewell for now. Fade. Because the animation budget is not good enough to have her turn around and walk away. Mr. Wright, please allow me the pleasure of a proper introduction. I'm Layton! Yay, I'm a professor. A professor, huh? My name's Phoenix Wright. I'm an ace attorney. As I suspected, you are no ordinary baker after all, Mr. Wright. Yeah, I thought it was pretty weird myself, to be honest. I mean, I really did believe I'd been a baker all my life. But the more everyone kept saying it, the less sure I was it was actually true. Just where did that memory come from anyways? And why didn't it affect Layton or Luke? That's kind of the question that I'm wondering. Hey Professor, if Mr. Wright's an attorney, that must mean he's as smart as you, right? Layton's like, backhand! No! No. Idiot doesn't even know what a puzzle is. Come on now, Luke. Come on now. I'm afraid I can't really say, Luke. Huh, but behind every ace attorney, there's an even smarter, not to mention beautiful, witty and utterly amazing, ace assistant. I think you also forgot humble. My name's Luke Triton, I'm the Professor's apprentice. I'm my affair, Nicky is my apprentice, isn't that right, Nicky boy? Nicky boy, hey wait, why am I your apprentice? Anyway, we should all head back to the bakery, let's get a move on. I'm sure a spell will be back before we know it. I would not get your hopes up about that, Sir Blue Knight. Oh, it's Batman! Inquisitor Batman! Most impressive work tonight. It's a shame you have kept such an ability hidden until now. Trust me, Nick's lawyer abilities beat the pants off his baking abilities any day of the week. Okay, moving on. What do you mean by that, Inquisitor? Why can't a spell go home? New charge been brought against Mrs. Bella Cantabella. What? No way, that can't be right! I wonder if she was turning herself in and that's why she went off. You haven't realised it, have you? She is being charged under suspicion of being the Great Witch Bezella. She what? How can that be? I have to assume that charge is based purely on Miss Kira's accusation. It's based on ellipses. It was not I who made the decision. Huh? Regardless, the girl will return to court at the appointed time for further trial. Until then, I have to seek out any and all evidence pertaining to the Great Witch. Pardon me, Inquisitor. When exactly is this appointed time? In red text. The investigation into this allegation will conclude. The investigation into this allegation. That's a really roundabout sentence. Will conclude on the day of the storyteller's next parade. That will be 2 weeks from today. Following our investigation into the matter, the trial of the Great Witch shall proceed. What the? It would appear that the girl has been withholding a dark secret from you all. Aspella. We need to get her saved. Aspella's questioning is set to begin shortly. Now your visiting hours are over. I recommend you leave immediately. Okay. And fade to black. And then fade back in. Just because why not? It's just mean time passes. Aspella, the legendary Great Witch Bazinga. The story so far that dictates the fate of an entire town. And now a Great Witch named Bazinga. Most intriguing. It would seem to be up to us to uncover the answers to these mysteries. But now we're supposed to manage it all in 2 weeks. Where are we going to find any evidence? Find out next time on Dragon Ball. No, okay, whatever. You know, I was thinking, how do you dress a great witch? Hail to the magical magnificent one? Or maybe it just wasn't witchy baby? What difference would it make? She's called a great witch. That's not someone everyone would meet. Maya is asking the important questions here, Phoenix. You should listen to her. Ellipses. I believe I've thought of a solution to our problem. It's actually rather simple. Professor Layton. You don't call Professor Layton, just Professor? Just Lord and Master Layton would do fine. Allow me to explain, Mr. Wright. The only way we may be able to solve the mysteries of this town and its residents is if we join forces. Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright together forever. Oh my god, this is where it becomes official. They'll get like BFF bracelets and everything. It'll be fantastic. We've come this far, there's no way we're going to just give up on Aspella. Okay, I'm on board. I look forward to teaming up with you, Professor. Me too, Luke. Me too, Maya. Now then, shall we press on? This marks the beginning of our own story. One dictated by ourselves and written by our own hands. And there we go. And to be continued. End of chapter 2. Not going to linger on this part because I really need to wrap this up because I need to finish about 13 minutes ago. We got all the credibility in the world. 500 extra pick rats. So I guess it's 50 pick rats for a single credibility point. Okay. That's a little bit better, but still quite a lot. Anyway, I've been Mindez. I apologise for the fact that this has not been a blind recording session. Like I say, I've made the episodes a little bit longer just to make up for that. When we return, we shall be investigating the Great Witch Bazinga and hopefully coming up with some kind of defence that we can use to try and get Aspella off the hook. We got 2 weeks, and the time starts now. See you next time, folks! Oh my god, Luke! Oh my god, Luke, what is wrong with you? Luke, do you need to pee?